Hey everyone, and welcome to the YouTube Brand Builders Virtual Summit. I'm Kopano from Kopano the Blog and the founder of TKBC Agency. The YouTube Brand Builders Virtual Summit is all about connecting with South African YouTubers, finding out more about them and their journeys, their lessons, and learning how we can learn from them as well. Today, we're hanging out with gamer, digital queen, and YouTube consultant Carla Harris. She is the social bard. Her channel, her content is all about helping people get their stories and online video content shared and passed on. She's passionate about YouTube, geeky things, and helping people share their vibe with their tribe. Carla isn't just an ordinary YouTuber. She's also the woman behind the success of local and international channels with over 40,000 and 100,000 subscribers respectively. Welcome to the YouTube Brand Builders Virtual Summit, Carla Harris. And the crowd goes,
thanks so much for having me.
How are you today?
Good. It's like chilly but excited.
Yeah. Joburg weather has been a bit sexy of late.
It's some mixed masala spice that doesn't know what it wants to be.
Exactly. So we've actually done the virtual summit panel discussion together before, and you have so much insightful information about YouTube, especially with the social bard. You have so much information that can help people grow their channels and just know so much more about YouTube than just uploading a video. How did you even learn all of these things?
So it started, we started a channel teaching gamers how to play Dungeons and Dragons, and we played Dungeons and Dragons live. And I just learned from managing those two channels of my own, and just learned from trying to grow subscribers. So that channel I grew in a year with my partners, and obviously the content is amazing.
Yeah.
But in a year we grew from 0 subscribers to about 30,000 subscribers, over 2 million views, and we had 2 channels. So the other channel's on like 17,000 subscribers with about 1.2 million views. So and I didn't put any money behind it. It was all just time and learnings, and I just was very excited by that. And I thought, in South Africa, I'm just so excited by YouTube as a platform for change, because in South Africa, okay, look, everyone's moaning about the adpocalypse and it's so scary. But look, okay, AdSense should never be your main source of income. It should always be like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
But, if you're getting $100 of, oh, that's nice, in South Africa, that's 1,400 Rand. So it's very nice.
Yeah, it's a very nice to have.
Yeah, like just as casual side money. So I was very excited by that, and I thought, like, I would love to help other channels grow also with, if they just put in the time and the effort and their content's good, they don't have to put money in. And in a country like ours, it could be an agent for change, because 1,400 Rand to some people is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah, definitely. Like you said, if they just put in the effort, everything would. If they put in the time and the effort along with creating their content, they could do absolutely amazing things. I'm just getting emails on my laptop. Okay.
It's all the people signing up for the summit.
Yes, please make sure that you've signed up, that you've shared this with a friend. The virtual summit is 100% free. Okay, so how this is going to work is we're going to first start with 5 questions for Carla, and then we're going to get into the masterclass where she's going to teach you or share with you 5 lessons for your YouTube channel and how you can manage it better. So first question that we're going to get into. We've spoken about this at the panel discussion, but I really want people to get an idea of you and your journey. How did you start watching YouTube, and how did you go from being a subscriber to a content creator?
So I actually came late to the party for YouTube, because I'm still. So I was a gamer, so I actually, and I never really watched like music videos, because most people came to YouTube from music videos. So I never really watched music videos because I was always like, music's to be listened to while you do other stuff. And then when I was in varsity, I also didn't have a strong internet connection, so I just, never had the time to do it. But when I came out of varsity, I used it for like tips and tutorials. I was trying to learn stuff and also was watching. So there's not enough geek content in South Africa. So I was watching geek content on YouTube. And from there, me and my friends were going to play Dungeons and Dragons anyway. And I thought, well, we might as well record it because, I was a performer, my friend was a performer. So we were like, oh, well, we might as well record it and, just how it goes.
And then it just completely blew up from there, as they would say. So you...
like we could never have guessed.
Yeah. And look what has come out of it. I mean, Social Bod, which isn't just another average YouTube channel. There's so much more to the Social Bod. Can you tell us more about it and how it all works?
So basically, Social Pod is my channel where I help creators, but also brands, grow their online video followings and make their YouTube channels better and, find ways to really make it a brand and really make it a business if that's what they so choose, or just find a way for more people to watch the amazing content that's being made. And I try and keep it with a very South African focus because, I mean, of course, on YouTube, there's a lot of channels that do amazing tips and tricks, like video creators and Roberta Blake, but there's no one in South Africa doing it. And I think the South African context is very different.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, the whole African context as a whole, but South Africa, because of number one, our data issues and the market that actually has availability to YouTube at right now. And just, South African people are just different from around the world. So I really like that you have that, you put in that South African context into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, as we discussed in the virtual summit, it's also the subscriber culture is different. What they want to see is different. It's, it's a totally different ball game.
Yeah, definitely. So you've been involved in a number of channels. I mean, then you've mentioned that you have the Social Bod, you had a gaming channel that you had before, and you've been involved in other channels in different ways. Can you tell us about the different channels and how you were involved in them?
Okay, so I have consulted for a couple channels. So I've consulted for Tech Girl, I've consulted for Michael Cost, I've consulted for some brand channels in South Africa. And then I've also consulted for gaming channels internationally. So I've consulted for a channel called Dawn Forged Cast. He's sitting, I think he's on about 107,000 subscribers now. He came to me, he came to me and he was on 90,000, and he's like, and he's been doing it. He's been on YouTube for, I think, 8 years. So he got in
early.
And him and his marketing team had hit a plateau, and they were just like, we need something to take it up. And then I also help, and I run the Patreon for 35,000 subscribers now. And then the channels I used to run and own, as I said, are now on, I think, 47,000 and 20,000 respectively.
Wow. Nice. That is actually quite cool. You've actually, and the nice thing is, you have worked in gaming, but you've actually worked in other types of channels as well. Like you said, some brand channels, you've worked with Michael Cost, and everybody has like a different vibe that they have. And I mean, off air, we were chatting about how people can hit a plateau. And I think that's probably one of the most frustrating moments, because you're just like, I think I'm doing everything right, and I've gotten here. How come I can't get past it? It must be so frustrating.
Yeah, and I think also, and this is the fun thing that people forget. When you're a smaller channel, you can try anything. But when you've got to a certain point and you plateau, you're scared to try something because you don't want the plateau to go down. You know? So, and that scaredness to try something means you'll probably stay in that plateau for a while. So I think that's where people like myself and you really help other channels and are really worthwhile, because we can come from an outside perspective and say to you, don't worry, it will be okay if you try this. Yeah. And I promise you it'll be better than okay. You can sit on that plateau for
a while.
A long time.
There are people who can sit on a plateau for like 9 months of the year. And it takes a lot to not give up when you get to that plateau. Okay, so let's talk about your biggest mistake that you've made on YouTube, either consulting or you've seen someone or you've done it yourself. What was it and how did you learn from it?
So like there's not one that I think is like the biggest, because luckily I haven't had anything super hectic, touch wood. Although we did have something very interesting happen, which I think could have been a very huge mistake if we didn't handle it the way we did. So the gaming channel I used to own, the content creator, so the face of the channel is a gay man who then did a video on how to play a female. And what he did is he focused on stereotypical ways to play a female, because his view was that if you play a female stereotypically as your base point, and then you build a character on top of that, it helps the other players at the table who are using their imagination to remember and know that you're a female and interact with you in such a way. And then like the hate comments on that video were hectic. So people were like, people were like, no females will watch your channel ever again. And everyone quoted that George R.R. Martin quote of, you know how I write females like people.
Whoa.
So admittedly, because it was very early in our channel's career, we were like, oh, should we remove the video? Like, what do we do? And then we were like, no, because we stand by what we made. And as a female and as a female gamer, I also stood by what he made, because the thing is, you do need to start from somewhere. You need a base point. Yeah, and stereotypes sadly do exist for a reason. But so, start from here and then build something amazing. And then they won't be a stereotype anymore. Yeah. So what we did to solve the problem is we created a video on how to do it play characters as a man. Instead of just freezing and becoming defensive, we started creating conversations. So we were like, okay, we understand that you're saying you write women as people, but in history this, and like having actual discussions, and not the kind of discussions where you just shut down somebody, where you're like, no, but if you read this is what happens. And our subscribers shot up. Our actual ratio of female viewers actually went up from that video. Nice. So we had like a 98% male audience, which for a gaming channel is correct. And then we got to a 95% male and 5%. That's a very large jump. That for me was so interesting, because I truly believe if we had taken the video off, people would have thought we're sexist, misogynistic, awful people. Whereas now they see that we're open to conversation and we're open to admit that maybe it wasn't the best thing we did, but also it wasn't the worst. Yeah. So I think the biggest lesson from that, and how it could become a very large mistake, is you need to think about stuff before you upload it, because you always need to stand by it. Because as soon as you remove something off the internet, it's called like the Barbra Streisand effect. I don't know if you've heard of that. Yeah. But basically, so Barbra Streisand had a baby and no one cared. But because she didn't want to give the press photos and she was hiding it, then everyone's like, ooh, what's wrong with the baby? Is it like got a weird face? So as soon as you remove something or you try and hide it, it becomes 10 million times worse. And because it's the internet, someone's got a screenshot. Yeah. Like something happened this month on South African YouTube where that happened. Yeah. Where a YouTuber did something that was like, why didn't they think before? Then they removed their video. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, what you say, you have to stand by.
I like your strategy in saying that if you've done something wrong or perceived as wrong, empower the conversation, or just, you know, give people a platform to have a conversation. Because let's say you were wrong, then at least you have the opportunity to learn about the wrong instead of just going, remove. Which I think it helps everyone, because then at the end of the conversation, then everyone understands what is right and what is wrong, and we are better people for it.
And also, the thing is, if you remove it, right, like you say, you're empowering this conversation, and you're empowering it with your fans. So if you remove that video, there's no other way to say it, but you haven't listened to the people who watch you. So why are they going to want to watch you anymore?
Yeah. I like that. That is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and as you said, you can learn from your audience, and that way you can learn what they'd like to see. I mean, we weren't planning that male video, but we did it because people were like, okay, we'll give you a chance. What are you going to do for males? And then we were like, you know, that's a great idea. Let's do that. So, yeah.
That's good. I think that's definitely one lesson that I think if ever something happens on my channel and people are like, what the hell were you doing? I'm going to say, okay, let's talk about this so I can learn and so you can learn as well. So we're all on the same page, on the same foot, so that in the future, I won't make the same mistake again because I've actually learned from it instead of just shying away from the conversation. So now, question number 5. What is in the future for you? And I mean, it's not just your YouTube channel. It's you, your work, and your YouTube channel that all has to do with YouTube. What does the future have in store for you?
So I'm definitely going to try and focus more on South African YouTubers themselves on my channel, because it was so awesome meeting everyone that I watch and at your summit. And I just think we can really build a bigger community and also just build an opportunity for people to see very different things. That's one of the things that excites me so much about South African YouTube. I truly think we're one of the most diverse countries in the world. And I mean, I would have never watched Microwave Boys before, or
yeah.
I might never watch yours channel because, sadly my natural hair is very different. But the thing is, she doesn't just do that. Like, I loved her wedding video, right? And it was nice, hey? So yeah, I really want to create a space where I help other channels grow, not just with my tips and tricks, but actually help them grow in the community. Mm-hmm. And then I also want to, like I said, my dream is to make YouTube and make online video an empowering space for people, because as I said in the summit, I started with just filming on my phone. And I mean, if you have phone and a little bit of data, okay, look, data is contentious, but I mean, it could empower so many, people who don't have much.
Yeah.
Because if you put a relatively okay smartphone and some data and someone just helps you, you can make something really amazing.
Yeah.
And we could see stories that no one talks about.
Exactly. With YouTube, the whole self-publishing space, the fact that you can have your story and let people hear it is amazing. It's open for anyone and everyone to hear your story. And the boundaries, was chatting to Moyen in another masterclass, and she was saying that she always wanted to be a TV presenter, but the doors weren't opening for her. And she created her own job, and now look how amazing she's doing with her channel, the A1. So the same with self-publishing. Whatever your story is, you have the platform to actually get it out there. Okay, our favorite part. We're going to get into the masterclass. So now this is the part that you want to get your notebooks out for. Remember, you can download the audio version of this interview and masterclass if you'd like. And you can also download the cheat sheets that will have all the lessons and the how-tos on how to implement them. So let's get into your 5 lessons for the viewers.
Okay, so number 1, I'm going to say, know why people should watch your channel. So I always say you need to have a sentence. Very simple. It should be, people should watch my channel because, and then insert here. So you can't just say, people should watch my channel because it's fun. Lots of things are fun. So really dig down into why you're making the channel, because as soon as you know why you're making it and you know why people are watching it, you'll never go wrong with content. So people should watch your channel because. So for example, my is their online video and their YouTube businesses or their YouTube channels. And for my gaming one, it's people should watch because I had a different perspective of gaming where it's all female and it's totally homebrew. So it's not using the systems that are made. Mm-hmm. So do you see how it's more than just people should watch it because we play Dungeons and Dragons? So really dig into why people must watch your channel. Go straight on to number 2.
Cool.
So number 2 is think of your audience. Like we all started YouTube because we had something to say or we wanted to share something, and it is deeply personal. I do understand that, but think about what they're looking for. So what they're interested in. So if you vlog, that's awesome. I'm not saying you can't have a vlog, but I'm saying if you have a vlog, think about what people would want to know about your life. If you're doing a fitness vlog, cool, show us pictures of your dog. We do want to see pictures of your dog. I mean, I show pictures of my dog. How are people searching for my videos? Because that means that's how they'll find you. So you'll also get new people to your channel, and you'll keep the people who want to be there for longer. Was that explanatory?
Yeah. Okay. So let me see if I understood it correctly. So you have to think about the reason why people are watching your content. And one way to think of it is, how are they finding and searching for content? So if they're searching, how do I get abs? And they land on your video, then the reason why they're watching is because they want to learn how to get abs. So that's one way to think of or find out how people are finding and watching your content. So whatever it is, whether it's vlogging, whether it's tutorials, whatever it is, or gaming, whatever it is, think about the reason why people are watching your content and try and provide for that.
Yes, that's perfect.
Perfect.
Then taking that a step further in tip 3 is then use that topic for search as part of your titles and your description and your tags. So like you said, how to get abs. Call your video Carla's tips on how to get abs, because that's what people are looking for. I mean, and I see it especially in gaming and beauty channels. People call their videos fun things because it is fun. So they're like, face palm low. I'm like, but no one's looking for that. Yeah. No one knows that you're saying face palm low because you managed to hit yourself in the face and you smeared half your makeup. I mean, that's fun when they watch the video, but if you rather call that video huge makeup fail, mascara running.
Yeah.
Because people are more likely to searching on Google that.
So basically you're saying that your titles should be Googleable or searchable. So if you can't, like if you come up with a title and you ask yourself, what would someone have to Google to find this? If they don't match, then change your title.
Yes, and so your title is more for your audience than it is for you as well. So that's perfect. Is this title Googleable?
Nice. I think I might just go back and just like think to myself, have I been thinking that way? Is my title Googleable? Yes, no. If not, in future, always think, what is this searchable or Googleable?
Absolutely. And that's what will take you forward to new people. And that's sometimes where a lot of people get stuck, is they're like, I've got a really amazing fan base, but no one else.
Yeah. I think with one trick that I've used before, especially with my hair tutorials, is that because I got so irritated that I put so much effort into this pink screen and all of these things that I needed to find good titles. So what I would do is I would try and find other people's videos with the same topic. So if, let's just say I'm doing cornrows, and in South Africa we have different names than, Europe and the US. So I'd find, okay, how to do cornrows. And then I'd find all these titles and I'd think to myself, which title would I actually click on to get what I want? And then from there, that really helps to help you shape your title, because that's what people are Googling, and that's why they find those people.
Absolutely. And okay, so I'm going to make this tip number 4 then.
Yes.
Is also use Google and YouTube search as starting points for what you're going to call your video, but even taking a step back of what you're going to make your video about. So let's say we're taking the cornrows idea. So type in YouTube search and type in Google search cornrows, and then it will suggest to you the top 10 most searched when it gives you that drop down. And then see, so maybe you were going to do a tutorial on how to make cornrows, but maybe in the drop down it's like cornrow care. So maybe that's a video to do rather instead, because people are maybe searching that more. Or cornrows for white girls, you know.
Yeah.
Or even if you still want to do the tutorial, you've now got 5 other ideas, and you can make a really awesome cornrow playlist.
Nice.
So yeah.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, especially when you're coming up with ideas. For example, like, just to say someone's doing beauty and they want to do something on foundation, because it's probably hard to come up with content all the time for certain topics. So once you Google foundation and look at the drop downs, you could have like mind-blowing ideas of the questions people ask related to foundation.
Yeah. And because you know what people are searching, your video is automatically searchable.
Nice.
Because it started from that point.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay. And number 5.
And then number 5, obviously within reason. So, I mean, our channel that's on, was on like 45,000 subs. We can't do it for everyone. But reply to everyone. Reply, because not only does it build your YouTube algorithm, so YouTube thinks your channel's better if you have more engagement, and they also include your own replies in that engagement, but your community will be stronger, your community is more likely to support your videos, support you if you do merchandise, and also it's nicer for brands. But aside from that, it's just really cool, like we said earlier in The Biggest Mistake, to see what they're thinking about your videos and how they feel. So if your channel is very large and you're struggling to reply to everyone, so with our gaming channel, because it was none of our full-time jobs, like we couldn't reply to everyone. What we did is we created a monthly video where we took the top 10 most interesting comments and we discussed them live, because it's time to connect with your channel that you see them. Yeah. And on the internet, that's, I think, a very important thing, because it can feel very lonely on the other side of the internet. But when someone's like, Kopano, we got your message. It's really interesting that you said that about cornrows, and, you know, thank you. And it shows them that you see them. And I think one of my things about YouTube is a lot of people make it for themselves, but there's other people there. And if they took the time to type something, like, it's amazing to me. So reply.
Yeah. I like the idea that you had, that if you have a lot of comments, then you can actually create a video about comments. And it encourages people to actually comment some more, because they want their comment to be noticed the next time.
Generating more comments is good for your channel and good for your channel's algorithm, and also good like for the business part of it, because when you go to brands, you're like, people are really interactive, so it shows they're really going to engage with what we do. But also it's nice to know you're not just creating content in a void.
Yeah, no, I think it is nice to know that, you know, you're not creating content for the air. People are actually getting it, and people are actually, they care enough to comment. I really liked your tips. I think those are all things that I can go back and go, okay, I'm doing this from this day forward. This is me. Boom, 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 boom. And I can definitely see how that's actually going to help my channel grow.
Yeah, just one side tip. Don't change your channel's, your videos' titles if they've got more than 50,000 views. Because then as soon as you change the title, YouTube re-ranks it. And if you've got 50,000 views, you're doing okay on ranking. So change every other title, but not anything over 50 and above.
Yeah, Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, so basically YouTube basically like resets. It views
Yes.
it as a brand new video if you change it after it's done so well. So yeah, that's one, guys. Just remember that one. Thank you so much. I really, really enjoyed that. Guys, you can get the cheat sheet for this with all the tips and all the ways that you can go and implement it. It will be free to download down below. And you can share this with your friends and make sure that they register as well to view this video, the audio, and the cheat sheet. Thank you so much, Carla. We had, South African
You're so
problems.
welcome.
We had South African issues. You know how we are with Wi-Fi in South Africa. Great. But things will definitely get better with Wi-Fi as more and more people in South Africa get access to the internet and more people watch our YouTube channels. Cool. So basically, guys, all of Carla's links are going to be down below. She is going to send me all the links to the channels that she wants me to check out as well. And I'll put them down below. Subscribe, view people's channels, because like she said, you don't know what you'd find on someone else's channel. There's a huge diversity of different types of people and creators out on YouTube. Any last words, Carla?
I just always say, in my videos all the same, like, keep creating amazing content.
That's the best thing. That is the best thing to say to everyone. To all the YouTubers who's watched, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing. I'm Kopano. Till the next masterclass. Mwah.